Hi guys. I wanted to pop on again because I'm seeing a lot of information circulating about the guidelines surrounding reopening schools. Now, this is one of those topics that crosses sort of, not really, but sort of starts to cross the line between health and politics. But this is one that I definitely feel like I need to talk about because I'm actually kind of getting angry about it. Because health is so important to me, and we've worked so hard on Keegan's health, and I'm really, really annoyed with some of the ideas that they want to incorporate as he goes back to school. So, of course, these might change. They may change. A lot can change in a few months, right? But here are my initial thoughts. I do not want my child wearing a mask. I'm not going to make any comment about the appropriateness of wearing them in general throughout this situation or not. That's not what I'm saying. But when you go to a building that you have to be in for an entire day, you need to be breathing fresh air. Not that the air in a school is fresh anyway, but it's better than breathing through a mask for the entire day. Also, the idea that you can't go into the school as a parent unless it's an emergency is insane. And the concept of so much sanitizing and chemical exposure is like blowing my mind. So here's my overall thoughts on this. And I'm not going to make a comment on whether social distancing is beneficial. I'm not going to make a comment on what we've done so far because it's kind of pointless. Like it's where we're at. The decisions have been made. You know, we need to be obedient citizens and, you know, whatever. However, my biggest concern at this point is that, you know, are we trading one sickness for others? So let me explain my thought there. Our immune system is amazing when we treat it well. You have to be exposed to viruses and germs like all the time. That's like why kids play out in the dirt. It's why it's important for them to get sick so that they can build their immune system. Because getting acute sicknesses when you're younger and throughout life helps you prevent chronic major sicknesses later in life because you're developing your immune system. You're developing your body's ability to defend itself from new stuff. And it's really, really important. And so historically in life and all of history, we touch people, we breathe on things, we are surrounded by germs all the time. And that's really, really important because it helps our natural immune system, our natural defenses, and it helps our long-term immunity, and it helps our microbiome, which impacts, you've heard me talk about this so much, it impacts like every other area of our life. So right now, we're not getting exposed to the same amount of germs and viruses that we normally do to protect our bodies that are really beneficial for us because everything is wiped down. We're not going out as much, we're not around people, and it's being wiped down. So if we are touching a surface, there's less stuff on it, right? So we're not getting the diversity that we normally get. That alone can kind of work against you and suppress your immune system. So that's like step one of like re-entry into the real world, setting us up for failure. The second part to that is not only are you not getting the beneficial diversity, the beneficial bacteria and virus exposure that we need for those things, but we're also getting, when we are touching things, we are getting this chemical exposure. And I mean, these aren't just, you know, essential oils that people are wiping stuff down with. This is like, most of the time, heavy duty chemical disinfectant stuff. Now, it might not be a huge deal if you're just somebody that occasionally goes out to the grocery store and comes back home and you're exposed to it a little bit and come back. But for people that are in the grocery stores and medical facilities and they're still working and they're having to constantly wipe these things down, they're not always wearing gloves. They're getting this chronic at this point. At this point, it's chronic because it's happening every day for several months. This chronic exposure to these harsh chemicals that they're then absorbing through their skin or breathing in, whatever, that they are getting exposed to these things. And I mean, not to be flip about it, but you know how we see all those asbestos commercials right now? I'm telling you, in like 10 years, we're going to get the commercials that are like, did you survive the pandemic of 2020? Were you exposed to chronic exposures of harsh chemicals? And do you now have cancer? If so, you might be owed compensation. You know, I mean, you got to think about this stuff. So not only are we not being exposed to things that are beneficial for our immune systems, but we are being exposed to things that stress our immune systems and, again, lower them. In addition, we are living in a state of fear and we are hearing fear-mongering words and everything is scary and it's doom, 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 doom. And stress lowers your immune system. Problem, problem, problem. So, again, I'm not going to say whether the approach was right or wrong, whatever it happened. It's whatever. And you don't need to know or probably want to know my thoughts on that. It's not important. However, the health of my child is very important. And in thinking about his immune system and moving forward, those choices are important. And I'm really getting concerned about it. Because, guys, we have to live in the real world. We got to be around people. We have to be around people. If you've ever studied the blue zones, the people that live for really, really, really long lives, very healthy, they don't have chronic disease, they live into their hundreds and it's common in their communities, they eat real food, they have some sort of spiritual belief, and a lot of them, a main pillar of all of them, is community. They live in these communities and they have a tight-knit community with people. People, socialization, face-to-face, touching hands, kissing people, hugging people is important for our mental health, our emotional health, and guess what? Our immune system. Getting riled up here. So the concept that you think that it's going to be successful to have 3,000 high school students go into a building and not touch each other and wear masks all day and then put their hands on things that are highly sanitized with chemicals and have that somehow work for us, it's not lining up to me in terms of what I know about, how the body works. And of course, I don't know everything, and I'm not saying that, but I am starting to get concerned. So if that's not the answer that I want for my kid to go back to school and have to wear a mask, then what would I propose that we do? Well, if you are really promoting, if you are truly promoting health for the community and for the world, why don't we start focusing on supporting our bodies? Maybe one of the biggest topics that we should be talking about is how to eat and live in a way that you have a strong immune system, a natural defense mechanism, a natural barrier. Maybe that's a mission that we need to take moving forward. We need to talk about vitamin D status. This is coming out as being highly connected with people that are getting really sick or dying from the virus. And this is not just some conspiracy theorist, holistic, blogger theory. I was at my doctor's office the other day and she was saying, hey, it's coming out. Vitamin D is really important. Your vitamin D status has to be high. The people that are getting sick have low vitamin D. It's a real thing. So we got to get outside. We got to get sunlight. We got to eat the real foods. We have to touch things. We have to be exposed to germs. Antibiotics save so many lives. in emergent situations, but the overuse causes other problems. Why? Because it gets rid of beneficial bacteria in our bodies. We have to be exposed to germs and bacteria to have a healthy immune system. We cannot wipe it out. We've tried. It doesn't work. Nature supersedes every single time. What you do create is superbugs that really can't be killed, as opposed to just focusing on your immune system. So food, thinking about schools, food. Let's think about how to educate kids so that they can really eat healthy foods, and families and schools and systems and all this kind of stuff, and how we can get healthy food programs into the school so that we're naturally supporting our bodies, phytonutrients, antioxidants, fat-soluble vitamins, all of these things that we can get through food that can support our body's natural defense systems. Okay, Kylene, well, what about wiping down surfaces? What's an option for that? Why don't we get, this is a great option, we've done it on our new house that we're building. You can get air purifiers that hook into the HVAC system that release, it's like they ionize, which kills like 99% of viruses. And it covers surfaces because it goes through the HVAC system. So it basically covers everything. Then you can breathe clean air, which the schools should be doing anyways, because I swear there's mold in there. So you can be breathing clean air instead of constantly wiping things down with harsh disinfectants that the children will then breathe in. So I want people to start asking this question. Are we trading in one disease, one issue, one current problem for a plethora of future problems that are going to come down the road? It's a really, really, really important question. I'm not saying I have the answers, and this is really not an invitation for antagonistic comments or arguments in the comments. And I have an awesome group of people that follows me. I know you guys are really polite and kind, and I want to keep it that way. This is simply an opinion piece, and I'm not saying that I know everything. I am saying that there are some very concerning trends, and we can't, it's literally impossible to avoid germs forever. It's just not possible. Now, of course, there are people that are more at risk, and we need to take precautions. Of course. Guys, that goes for any flu season. You shouldn't be going over to your grandma's house when you have a temperature of 100 degrees. You shouldn't be having play dates when your kids are hacking up with the flu. But we've gone to an extreme, and extremes don't usually work. And we've been in this extreme state for months. And like I said, not making a commentary on what has happened, just about future, what should happen, what's actually healthy for us to do. And I'm a little annoyed at the concept of sending my child to school with a mask, telling him to be 6 feet away from his friends, and knowing that he's going to go into an environment that is full of chemicals that he's going to breathe in. By the way, you want to talk about immunocompromised. Technically, I would fall within that category. Technically, my son has had a lot of health problems that we have worked on, and he has detox issues. We have finally gotten him to a healthy place. The last thing I want to do is send him somewhere where he's going to be exposed every single day, all day, to chemicals that he might have a hard time eliminating from his body, that his body might have a hard time dealing with. We finally got him to a great place. Now I want him, now that he is strong and healthy and energetic and getting great sleep and feeling good again, I want him to be able to go back to school and play with his friends and breathe fresh air, eat healthy food, get exposed to the germs that help his body, and continue to help his immune system thrive. Half the regulations, I don't even know, to be honest with you, if they're even going to be able to do them. I mean, they're talking about moving chairs in the classroom to be 6 feet apart. It's literally impossible. There's you would have to cut the student population in half, which might happen because I think there's a percentage of people that don't want to send their kids back to school because of this stuff. It's kind of a big deal. So again, I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I have all the answers. But one thing I know, we can't live in fear. God has a purpose for your life, and you will not be taken a day sooner than you are meant to be taken. So we cannot live in fear. We can't. Fear alone suppresses your immune system, okay? So stop it. Stop being fearful and start focusing on what you can do to support your body. Because that is the ultimate protection from whatever comes. From whatever comes. Guys, I was talking to my husband last night. I was doing some research because I have to get some more scans coming up. You know, they expose you to radiation. So I was looking into ways to detox my body and protect it from radiation and all these different things. You do realize last year I had 2 PET scans, 3 CT scans, and a mammogram, and chemotherapy, all within a year. If you look at the amount of radiation, I'll post actually a picture below so you can kind of get an idea of it. That's an insane amount of radiation for your body. I got blood work 2 days ago, and because of the way I live my life, the proactive approach I take with my testing and my supplements and my monitoring, my recovery has been amazing. My body is super strong. My blood work is perfect. I've recovered. I've bounced back. I feel better than ever. I really do. I really do. And so your body is this, my point in sharing that is not like I'm amazing. The body is amazing. What God has created is amazing. And this concept that we can somehow be smarter than God and be smarter than nature and outsmart it with technology and disinfectants is stupid. It's stupid. You've got to work with nature because it's what we come from. You've got to support your body because it's powerful. It is powerful. It can recover and it can protect you. But not if you treat it like garbage. Not if you treat it like garbage. It won't work for you. And you say, I hate you, it says I hate you back. I mean, it's as simple as that. You know, when I got diagnosed, I looked back. You know that chronic diseases developed 7, 10, 15 years prior. Heck yes, I was unhealthy. I was not loving my body. I was not being kind to my body. Now I'm being kind to my body and it's loving me back. There's so much that we can do to protect ourselves naturally without further suppressing our immune systems, which is what all of these regulations are actually doing. And you gotta wonder, because there's some pretty smart people out there making these recommendations. So why? And again, I'm not going to drop conspiracy theories. I'm not going to talk about my personal political opinions. I just want people to think, because this is getting serious. It's come to a point. I've started to see these regulations about school openings, and hopefully they will change. But this is scary. This is scary. I don't want to send my kid to school to wear a mask, not be able to touch his friends, not be able to eat in the cafeteria, not be able to touch germs. Are you joking me? There's so many problems with this. So many problems. Food, get those air purifiers in there. They should have those in guys, they should have those in there anyway. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. They should have those in there anyway. Food and air purification, a really solid air purification system. And then you know what? Set up hand washing situations. Stop using hand sanitizer, by the way, please, unless you make your own. That stuff has so much garbage in it. I was OCD for years. And I probably absorbed so much triclosan, which is a carcinogenic chemical, from all the hand sanitizer that I used for years. Carried it around with me. Wouldn't be caught dead without it. And now you're seeing hand sanitizer, and I think most of them might not have triclosan in them anymore. But that doesn't mean they're chemical free or by any means that they're healthy for you. Guys, we have a microbiome. We have lots of microbiomes. We have microbiomes in our eyes. We have microbiomes in our skin. We have microbiomes in our gut. We're trashing, absolutely trashing the microbiome on our skin right now. I'm telling you, don't trade one problem now for more problems later. This is going to be a problem. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. You're getting rid of all these things on your skin microbiome right now. You're stressing yourself out mentally, emotionally, and physically. You're not being exposed to positive, beneficial bacteria. And you are getting exposed to chemicals. Problem, 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 problem. So what do you do in the schools? Let's focus on healthy food. Let's get fresh air. Let's let the kids breathe fresh air. Let them enjoy time with their friends. So that their mentality, when you laugh, it supports your immune system for like 24 hours. I'm not laughing right now. I'm a little annoyed, but did you know that? When you have a good belly laugh, it supports your immune system. You think kids are going to be laughing in school, covered in masks, not being able to touch their friends? There are so many kids that are sensitive to different foods and different chemicals, and here we are not supporting the foods, but dousing them with chemicals. In what world does this make sense? To actually accomplish what we want, which is healthy individuals that can get a virus and not get sick from it. Because let me tell you the real goal, guys. The real goal is not to get rid of this virus, because guess what? It's not going to go away. It might mutate, it might get worse, it might go away, another virus comes up. That's life. That is life. What the goal is to get you strong enough so that you don't get sick. You should be able to be exposed to all sorts of things, and not get sick. Guys, I've been really focused on my vitamin D levels since I found out I have an issue, and I literally almost never get sick. I mean, there are so many things that we can do. So again, in the schools, food, air. Why don't you set up soap and water stations where kids wash their hands? I mean, let's be honest, in a high school, that'd be nice anyway. Yeah, right, yeah. Some little dirty little high schoolers. I don't want to be spraying them with Lysol. I just want them to wash their hands. That's all I want. Give a extra 5-minute cushion in between classes. So it's instead of a 10-minute break, it's a 15-minute break. They can all go wash their hands in between classes. That's my proposal. Healthy food, air purification systems that kill all the germs on all the surfaces naturally without exposing you to chemicals, and a few extra minutes for kids to wash their hands. I mean, can you imagine what that would look like? Happy, healthy kids, going back to school, breathing fresh air, eating healthy food, not getting exposed to chemicals. Guys, I was diagnosed with cancer and chemical exposure and all of these different things. It's a big deal. You don't bullshit with this, okay? This is not a joke. You've got to get serious about stop listening to other people. You can agree with me or disagree with me. That's okay. I would like you to be a free thinker. That's awesome. If you disagree with me, cool. If you have evidence and you've done research, sweet. But if you're not someone that's active in your own health, please start getting active, because this is what we need. This is the revelation we need in America right now, is that people take individual responsibility. No more sheep, no more following the crowd. Be responsible for yourself and your family, and support your body naturally, because it is a powerful thing. It's magical almost, what your body can do if it has the right tools, if it has the right nutrients, if you eliminate chemical exposure. And we're doing literally the exact opposite, and I can't handle it. I could. I've been good. I've handled it. But my head is exploding with the concept of the rules that they want to impose on the children moving forward. Not okay. Not okay. Not okay. Had to get it off my chest, you guys. I was real nervous to even start this because, like I said earlier, I don't do things that cross political lines. I don't like it. But this is so beyond whatever you believe politically. This is about taking what's happening now, supposedly addressing it. It's not really. And turning it into 5, 10, 15 years later, your kids are going to get so sick. They're going to get so sick. They're going to get sick all the time because they have no immune system. They're going to get sick all the time because they can't detox from all the chemical exposure. They're going to get sick all the time because we trained them to be afraid of being around people. You don't think that this is going to have some psychological effect on these kids, depending on their age? It's not okay. This is not okay. Yes, Cheryl, our bodies are created to heal given the right nutrients. So why, if you're really concerned about public health, why aren't we talking about that? Why is that not the priority? Public health? Let's teach people how to eat healthy. Public health? Let's teach people how to get some sunlight and some vitamin D. Public health? Let's talk about purifying our water and breathing fresh air. I seriously hope that the stuff that I am reading about does not come to pass, because my kid has to go to school. He's in AP classes. He has big goals. He's got to go to school. But I don't want him to go back like that. That's not fair. And it's not healthy. And that's my biggest concern. That is my biggest concern, is that it's not healthy. And I've tried for the past 4 years to make him healthy. He's finally at a healthy point. He feels good. He feels strong. And now we're going to bombard him with chemicals. I'm not okay with that. All right, guys. I don't usually get on here and rant like this, but I felt like it was time. I really felt like it was time. So, deep breath. Got to go get myself into the parasympathetic. Go laugh. It'll boost your immune system, okay? Go eat some healthy food, get some vitamin D, breathe some fresh air. All right. Love you guys.